complete. In the last lecture we learned about few interactions which make a solid, a liquid, and a gas. So what are those interactions? Those are the van der Waals interaction. And there is another property. We look at two things. That is the energy of each molecule. And we saw that the energy of each molecule directly depends on what? The temperature. It directly depends on its temperature. And then we saw how molecules aggregate. In this, we saw intermolecular forces, and we saw that intermolecular forces can be either attractive, correct, and they can also be repulsive. But the repulsive forces don't have any name, and there is only one type of repulsion that can take place, that is between the electrons. So these are the things that we did yesterday. And today what we have to do, today we will start learning the gaseous state.
I read.
Okay, great, you reached, congratulations. Okay, so what are the parameters that determine the behavior of a gas? So first thing we can write the parameters that determine the behavior, or we can also say characteristic, or we can say property. Yeah, these are the various names, properties of a gas. So there are four. The parameters that determine the behavior or characteristics or properties of a gas are four. What are those four parameters? First one is pressure. Second one is volume of gas. Third is the temperature of gas. That is the temperature. And the fourth one is amount of gas. So in this, first of all, what we will look at the units of each and every, for pressure, for volume, for temperature, and for amount of gas. I will deal in detail. For temperature, you know the units. The temperature units are generally we use degree Celsius, or we use Kelvin, and sometimes Fahrenheit, but we have not seen Fahrenheit so much. For amount of gas, there is only one thing that we can use. For amount of gas, we will use mole. That is the currency of pressure. Has many atm, then it has bar, then it has pascal, then it has mm of hg, then it also has torr. These are the units. Then the volume of gas can be either represented in milliliter, liter, etc. Okay, so there are two main units, that is the liter or meter cube. Okay, we will learn only liter or meter cube. There is nothing which cannot be derived from liter or meter cube. We will not use things like inch cube. We will not use. Okay, the American system, we will not use inch cube. We will just use liter or meter cube. And what is the relation between liter and meter cube? We will look at atm, bar, pascal, mm of hg, torr. What is the relationship between all these? We will look at them. First of all, copy this. Copy this much now. These are the units in bracket. These are the units that we will be dealing with in this chapter. Okay, just write here one note also. Write a note also. Hydrogen, then phone, that is flowing oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, and all the noble gases. All the noble gases. All the noble gases are gas in normal temperature and pressure. In their molecular form. In their molecular form. Okay. So these are the only elements. That is, you have to just remember this. Phone these are all the, you can remember this by the electronegativity series, and the other one is hydrogen. And all the noble gas, the name only suggests gas. Hence, only these are the elements which are present in gaseous state in normal temperature and pressure, that is 25 degrees Celsius and 1 atmospheric. Are you done with this slide? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Why is Ahmed not present? Why is Ahmed late? Any idea? No idea. Okay. So we will deal with unit of, or I should say, not unit of, units of pressure. Units of pressure. So first of all, we will look at what is the unit. The big unit is 1 atm. 1 atm, and always remember this is the largest unit. Largest unit of pressure. And we will try to deal with atm only. Whenever we get anything, we will try to reformulate it and convert it into atms. And so let us start now. 1 atm. I should change color. Not make it so much. 1 atm is equal to 1.01325 bar. This is the exact value. And we can also write that either we can say like this: 0.987 atm is equal to 1 bar. Both of them are the same thing. For calculation, what we can do, 1 atm is equal to 1 bar. 1 atm is equal to 1 bar. I should not write equal to sign. I should rather write equivalent to curvy. Okay. Now the next one is Pascal. Pascal, you must be remembering Pascal from your physics. That is 1 atm is equal to 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. What is Pascal? Pascal is the SI unit, right? It is Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. And by this, we can also say for calculation, what we will use, 1 atm is equal to how much? 1 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And by this formula, what is this? This is 1 bar only, na? This is 1 bar. So we can write also this much. This one is also equal to, this is what? This is 1 bar. So 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power 5. 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Now the next unit is 1 atm is equal to 76 centimeter of Hg, and hence we can write 1 atm is equal to 760 millimeters of Hg. There is a last unit, that is torr, and 1 atm, I have written atom. 1 atm is equal to 760 torr. Hence we can say 1 torr is equal to 1 mm of Hg. Okay. Now let me just make a line here, and let us also deal with volume. Let us also deal with volume, units of volume. Units of volume. Okay. Now, Mariam and Abir, tell me, how much is 1 meter cube in terms of liter? Any idea?
1 liter.
Achha. What about 1 meter cube is equal to 1 liter? Mariam, you are saying that now?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen one? Do you know? I mean, can you imagine 1 meter length?
Yeah. Wait, 1,000 liters, maybe.
Maybe yes, it is 1,000 liters exactly. It is 1,000 liters. Just imagine that 1 meter is very big. If you take a tanker of 1 meter cube, that means a tanker of 1 meter cube means we have all the length and breadth and height as how much? Height as 1
1
meter. So
meter.
if you take 1 meter, so if we take that much big tanker, then what will happen? We can keep how many liters? 1,000 liters. Okay, 1,000 liters. Okay, now write this much. So now, very good. Ahmed is here now. Now you can convert everything now from ml to centimeter. Okay. Also you can convert from dm cube also, that is decimeter cube. I should write one more thing, that is 1 centimeter cube is equal to how much? 1 milliliter. Good evening, Ahmed.
Good evening, sir.
What started? You have came early. Why are you late? Sir. Did you forget or what, Ahmed? See, he is not even replying, Ahmed. I am audible, correct? Mariam, Abir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are audible.
Ahmed, what happened? Okay, fine. You can answer me in the chat if you don't want to talk. Done, Abir? Okay, fine. No, you would not have been done. Okay, just right. I mean, just increase your pace. Leave one page and start writing, Ahmed, also. Leave one page and start writing. Equivalent to. Who is this? Equivalent, na, that is the sign for. Yes. Equivalent. That is the sign for equivalent. For
Okay,
example, 0.9 is equivalent to 1.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir, I could not reply because I had some issues with my mic, and my brother is also reading Quran. So,
He has very nice. I mean, the tajweed is very nice. Is he Qari?
no, he's just studying in 9th and doing his at the same time.
He's doing his at the same time. That is why. Okay, fine. That is why his Qur'an is very nice.
Yes, sir.
Done. Can I move on?
So what is that second one?
For calculation. For calculation, 1 ATM, we will take 1 ATM as equivalent to 1 bar. If we have 1 ATM or 1 bar, we can exchange them. Done? Done? No.
They're doing.
Please try not to write each and everything after looking at the screen. Read one sentence or two sentences at a time, and then from your retention, try to note it down. If you look at 1, then meter, then cube, then equal to, then again head up, then 1000, then again heads up, liter, it will take so much of time. At least do 1 or 2 in a go. 1 ATM is equal to itna, and 0.987 1 bar. Okay, fine. Then try to remember it.
Done, sir.
Okay. What about others? Mariam?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And Ahmed, take a screenshot.
So I'm done.
Oh, no, no. About this is another slide.
Yes,
Done
sir,
with
done.
screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we have seen the parameters which determine the behavior of a gas. We have looked at its relevant SI units. Now we are able to, now we will be able to deal with them. Now we will be able to deal with them, and we will also determine how the different parameters change if we keep some constant and change the others. And that is given by gas law. Gas laws. So what are gas laws? Gas laws are, they give relationship between different parameters. Okay, so the first law is Boyle's law, and it gives a relation between pressure and volume. Okay, now I have a question. If I say pressure of a gas, what do you understand, Abir? Pressure of a gas.
That gas is exerting a pressure.
That gas is exerting a pressure. Very good. Okay. So for example, if I have a gas and this is a piston, and if I shrink its volume, then what will happen? Pressure will increase or decrease?
Will increase.
Pressure will increase. That means by decreasing the volume, what we are doing, we are increasing the pressure. Hence we can say, and we can arrive at a statement that at fixed or constant temperature, at fixed or constant temperature and fixed amount of gas, at constant temperature and fixed amount of gas, by increasing the pressure, increasing the pressure leads to decrease in volume. P is mostly proportional to V, and hence we can write P is equal to some constant K and by V. P is equal to K by V, and we can also write it like this: the product of pressure and volume is a constant. The product of pressure and volume is a constant. Hence we can say that, it implies that if we have same amount of gas, and we are now having the same temperature and we are just playing with the pressure and volume, then if we have P1 V1 for same at constant temperature and fixed amount of gas, and we are just playing with the pressure and volume, this product will be equal to P2 V2. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. P1 and V1 are the pressure and volume here. The P1 and V1. Here what happened? The pressure increased, volume decreased, V2, but the product, it will remain constant, right? It will remain always constant. So this is the gas law, this is the Boyle's law. Write it down, then we will look at the graph. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before that, let us look at one of the alternative form of Boyle's law. You can say this is alternative form. Alternative form of Boyle's law. We know that density is equal to what? Density is equal to mass by volume. Correct? Mass by volume. Even this density is correct for the gas. The gas's mass by volume is equal to density. From P is equal to K by V. We can say that V is equal to what? K by, let me just write it like this. 1 by V is equal to P by K. That we can substitute here. Then we can write what? D is equal to, tell me, what should I write here?
PM by K.
PM
By K.
by K. Now you tell me, if I say density is equal to, this is what? This is mass. This will be constant
No.
because it is fixed amount of gas, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And this is also a constant. And I can write it as like this K dash. K dash is a new constant which includes the mass component also and P. So from this we can write the pressure of pressure is directly proportional to the density of gas. Now from here you can understand one part. Tell me, we have the normal pressure is what? 1 atm. And how is this 1 atm pressure? Who is exerting pressure? 1 atmosphere. He said 1 atm is the pressure of the whole atmosphere, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
One atmospheric pressure is applied by whom? Atmosphere. And what is in the atmosphere? We have gases, nitrogen, oxygen. The main of them is nitrogen and oxygen. So these gases are exerting a pressure of 1 atm. So if we go to regions like mountains, then what will happen? The atmosphere which we experience will be becoming less. Why? See, you can have, this is the sea level. This is the sea level. And this is mountain. Okay. Now, if we are going up, then we are experiencing less and less of atmosphere, and hence if we go up in high altitudes, the atmospheric pressure decreases, hence the people in HA. What is HA? High altitudes. In people in high altitude experience low concentration of oxygen, lower concentration of oxygen in blood. Now, why is that? Because if we decrease the pressure, the density of oxygen, and by the virtue of density, the availability of oxygen will also decrease. And if it will decrease, then the people cannot inhale much of oxygen. That is why when the mountaineers, they go for expeditions, then what they take? They take oxygen tankers with them. Okay, so this is one remark, and this is also the alternative form of Boyle's stone.
Sir, can you explain this rectangle of D is equal to K dash P?
K dash P, okay.
From the previous line, I couldn't
Yes,
understand.
from the previous line. I will explain from the previous line. So I have to only explain K dash, correct?
Yes, sir, this one only.
Only K
D
dash.
is
Na,
equal
P is the same. D is same. Only K
Yeah,
dash.
yeah. Previous line I understood. PK we took from 1 by V is equal to P by K.
No. In this equation also, you understand how D came and how P came. You didn't
Yes, sir.
understand K dash.
Yes, sir. K dash.
So tell me, K dash is equal to how much? K dash will be equal to I can write mass is a constant,
Yes, sir.
and this is K. What is this? This is also a constant.
Yes, sir. It's a constant.
So if I will divide these two, then what I will get? A constant.
Yes, sir.
And what is that constant?
K dash.
Yes.
So why the K dash is up? It should be in the denominator, right?
Why
P
it
by
should be in
K
the
dash.
denominator? Why? It is a constant, na? If I write 1 by 10, then also it is a constant. If I write 10, then it is also a constant. Can I not write 1 by 10 as K?
Yeah, we can write.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, sir. I got it. Okay.
Got it. It is just, I mean, division, multiplication it's all the same. Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. What is that? What is subtraction? Subtraction is addition of digits by opposite sign, digits with opposite sign. Division is what? Inverse of multiplication. It's all the same now. Done.
So what is this?
Concentration.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir, finish.
Okay, fine. Now let us look at some graphs. The graph of pressure is increasing in this way, volume is increasing this way. Then we will have another graph. All of you have maths?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
So what, sir?
You all have maths, na?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the graph. Tell me what kind of graph will be this? The relation P is inversely proportional to volume. Okay, easy one. Tell me this one. This is the easiest one.
Will be a straight line. I mean,
Straight
going
line.
upward. Yeah.
Passing
Slope.
through origin.
Slope.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about? अरे भाई. Whose mic is so bad, bro? Is it Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
Your mic is fine. Don't worry. What about this one?
It will be
Will you
coming
call-
down.
Something went inside my charging port and I'm not able to charge it and my charge is 14%.
That is a sad position. But still, let us see the position of our graph. It will be like this. It will be like this. Okay. If we have pressure and volume, see what I do, I just put a 0 here, then this will become what? This will be 1 by infinity. So when pressure is 0, volume is infinity, then it will be like this. And then another thing that I put volume as 0, then pressure will be at infinity. Okay. Now, I don't think you have any other graphs, but tell me, P into V will be constant. Will be constant, correct? And if I say that I am drawing this particular graph, all the graphs, plots are drawn at constant temperature are called isobar, correct? No idea. Mariam, Abir?
Sir, isobar mean constant pressure, right?
Yes, right. I'm glad one of you are awake. These are called isotherms. These are called isotherms. Okay. Now, if I do what? If I take some other graphs like this and another graph like this, I say this is at temperature. Let us say T3. This is T3. This is T2. And the red one is T1. And the red one is T1. Similarly, if I make something like this, for this is the red one I have drawn, then I have to draw a yellow one and a yellow one. Yellow one, it would be around here. Let me see. You need to compare. You need to compare these. So okay, if I draw this like this. Compare T1, T2, T3. Also compare here, let me write it T4, T5, T6. First, no idea? Mariam, Abir, Ahmed?
1 second.
Acha, 1 second.
We have to say which one is greater or like what?
Yes, which one is greater, smaller, anything?
Red is greater.
Red is greater in which graph? T1. Just tell me about T1, T2, T3.
T1 is
T4
in the second graph.
and T4 is greater than other two.
Oh, wait. T1 is low, like less.
Okay, the least.
Yeah, the least. And then T2
Then,
and then T3.
so the order is like this: T1, T2, T3. What about this graph, the 1 by V graph, T4, T5, T6?
T4 is the greatest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
T5
T4
and
is the
then
greatest. Then T5 and then T6. Okay. How did you come up with this answer? First of all, Mariam, tell me.
because like the relation, right? In one it's inversely proportional and in one it's directly proportional.
No. Tell me about just this one now. How can you tell that T1 is lowest?
Uh, because P is inversely proportional to V.
Because P is inverse, but this is temperature now.
Yeah, it is going down.
It is going down. Exactly, it is going down. If we increase the volume, the pressure will come down. But how does it tell you about the temperature? We have drawn 3 different plots here.
If we don't decrease the temperature, we can't like reduce the volume.
If we don't decrease the temperature, we are not decreasing the temperature. See, what you had to do was take P into V. Okay, P into V. For example, just take any volume of gas. You took this volume of gas, correct? Then what will be the pressure? This will be the pressure at constant. You take a constant volume. Let me just. mm, Okay, so I can write P1, P2, P3, correct? At this particular volume, the red curve corresponds to P1 into V. Am I right? And this will give me temperature, because what is constant? Constant is temperature, na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now see, you can see, and for the T2, what I have to do? P2 into V, then P3 into V. Then at last, what are we comparing? P1, P2, and P3. So easily we can see P1 is the least, and T1 will be the least. Similarly, T2, similarly, P3 is highest, and hence T3 will be highest. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have anything like this, then please do it in this way. Do it in this way. Okay. Now, if you have this one, how will you approach this one?
We'll do the same method and
By
we'll
the
get
same
that
method, exactly.
T4 and T5 and then T6 comes.
And then T6 comes. Okay. Can
Yes.
all of you do this? The
Yes,
second
sir.
one. Okay, fine. Then note this down and let me know when you are done.
So,
Hmm?
so I have a question. It's not related to this, but it came in our exam. So can I ask you?
Yes. Yes, yes, tell me.
Okay, so the question is, carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen and nitrogen, but it does not form the lowest layer of the atmosphere.
Carbon dioxide is heavier than.
Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen and nitrogen, but it does
Hmm?
not form the lower layers of the atmosphere. We have to give the reason.
Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen and nitrogen. Yes, true. The first thing is that its concentration is low. Let me think about it. Its concentration is low, obviously. Then oxygen and nitrogen, they are more stable also than carbon dioxide. Then what else would be the reason? Understand, students? The first reason is the concentration is low. Next one would be the velocity. If the velocity of carbon dioxide is high, then it will not be in the lower region, it would be in the above region, and that is why we find so much of CO2 in higher altitude. One of the three reasons could be there.
I say finish.
Done. Okay. Now we are done with both of these graphs. Then comes the next law. We will do the questions at once with all these laws. Okay. The next law is Charles' law. Oh, sorry. Charles law. Let me first write the statement and explain the statement first. Then we will look at what is Charles law, and then we will look at how it is related and what is the mathematical form for Charles law. Now, Charles and Gay-Lussac, these are two scientists. They were both independently doing some of the experiments, and this Charles law gave us relationship between temperature and volume, temperature and volume. So initially we saw that the unit of temperature was what? The unit of temperature was degree Celsius initially. Why degree Celsius? Because the most common item that we found was H2O, and what we did, we melted and we boiled it, and then also we freezed it. This is H2O liquid. Then we said if it is freezing, then it is 0. If it is boiling, then it is 100. Then we took a scale, we divided it into 100 parts, and we called it as degree Celsius scale. We call it degree Celsius scale. So the unit of temperature at that time, it was degree Celsius, when Charles and Gay-Lussac were doing some experiments on the relationship between volume and temperature. So the important point that they noted was, for fixed mass of gas, at constant pressure, that means we are not changing the pressure, we are just playing with the temperature and volume and temperature. Volume of gas increases by 1/273.15 by 1 point of the original volume of the original volume of the gas at 0 degree Celsius, on increasing 1 degree, or let us say each degree rise in, So what does this mean? It means that if we take a gas, and this is the volume it is occupying, this is the volume it is occupying, let us say 1 liter. It occupies 1 liter at 0 degrees Celsius. Now what we did, we increased the temperature. By how much? We increased it by 1 degree Celsius. Then what will happen? Then the next thing that we will get the volume increased a bit, and this will be how much? This will be 1 liter plus the initial was 1 liter, and by each 1 degree increase we will get 1/273.15. Then if we increase another 1 degree Celsius, then again the volume of gas will increase a bit, and this increase will be how much? So initially it was 1 liter plus. Now we have increased how much? From 0 it is now 1 degree Celsius. Now it is 2 degrees Celsius. So if it is 2 degrees Celsius, then what it will be? 2 by 273.15.
So
and
does
so on.
that mean if we increase 273.15 degree, then it will occupy 2 liter space instead of 1?
No, it will occupy 1 liter. Yes, it will occupy, yes, exactly correct. 1 liter plus 273.15 upon 273.15. This will be equal to 2 liters.
Sir, but in reality, the water becomes vapor.
But I am not talking about water, na? Did I say water?
So you're talking about any gas.
I am talking about a gas in general. In general, there is a gas. Just imagine there is a gas which occupies 0 degrees at 1 liter at 0 degrees Celsius. This is hypothetical. It is just for your understanding what this statements mean. What this statement mean is that this is the representation of this statement. Okay. Just a
Okay, sir.
representation of this statement. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Copy this, then we will derive the mathematical. We will look at how the maths tells the same Charles' law in mathematical terms.
So we will draw this diagram, this one.
If you want to draw, you have to draw now, because if you understand this statement, then it is well and good. If not, then please draw this.
Okay, sir, I will draw. Sir, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do organisms exist in gaseous state?
I don't know. Maybe it is. I have not looked at, and that is the heaviest after radon, no?
Yes, sir, after that.
After radon, no? I don't know
Yes.
exactly. If it is a gas or it should be a gas, I guess. If radon
Sir,
is a
radon
gas,
exists in gaseous state, right?
yes, it exists in gaseous state.
Sir, finish.
Done? Okay.
Yes.
Now let us look at the mathematical. Sorry, what?
Sir, have you got this?
This one, he asked, na, if we increase 273.5 degrees Celsius, then what will happen?
Oh, okay.
Sir, in Google it says like it stays in solid state.
What?
Organism, OG.
Organism, solid state. It is stable.
293 OG. So I think so. It is stable.
Actually, radon is radioactive, and that is why I thought it should also be radioactive. It should be radioactive. We will look at it later. It says it's solid, then just assume it is solid. What else can we do? Radon is gas for sure. Okay. Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Done.
So we were going to look at the mathematical form. So first of all, what let us assume a few things. That volume we need at first of all 0 degrees Celsius according to the law. Then we need a volume at some temperature T degree Celsius. Let us say this is V0, this is VT, correct? Then we can say the volume at T degree Celsius will be equal to V0 plus the temperature T that we have increased divided by 273.15, and this is into times V0, correct? Because we didn't multiply here 1 because it was already multiplied. We can assume this is 1 now. 1.1 upon 273 of the original volume. What is off? Off is nothing but multiplication into V0. Okay, so now what I am doing, I am taking V0 common. Then I can say this is equal to 1 plus P by 273.15. Okay, now what else can I say? V0 273.15 plus T divided by 273.15. Correct? Now what is T? What is T here? T is temperature in degree Celsius. Temperature in degree Celsius. Now copy this much, copy this much. No doubt still here, na? Copy this much. Then we will look at how we came with Kelvin scale. Then
Almost.
Acha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at this particular 273.15 plus T. We are looking at this part 273.15 plus T. And T we have said it is temperature. And in physics from the first chapter, unit dimension and measurement, you should know that if you are adding two things, then both of the units should be same, and we cannot add mass plus volume. These cannot be added, na? Mass and mass can be added, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now we can understand that this is also, if T is a unit, T is temperature, then this is also a temperature, and hence we came up with the Kelvin scale, and we said that this is equal to absolute temperature, is equal to capital T, is equal to capital T. What is capital T? The absolute temperature Okay, and hence this is the Kelvin scale of T. T will be in, T is in Kelvin, is in Kelvin scale. Okay, so now tell me what will be T0. This will be equal to how much?
0 degrees Celsius.
And in Kelvin scale, it will be?
It will be 273 degree, 273 Kelvin.
0.15 Kelvin. Now I am going to rewrite this. I can write VT is equal to what? It is equal to V naught, and then I can write this as capital T, and this is the TT. That is the Kelvin scale of the T degree Celsius, and this is the Kelvin scale of 0 degree Celsius, T0. Correct? Then I can write also V of T divided by Kelvin of T degree Celsius is equal to volume at 0 degrees Celsius and the temperature at the Kelvin temperature at 0 degrees Celsius. Correct? Now, if I can write this, then also I can write V1 T1 is equal to V2 T2. Correct? Now, from that, I can also write V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 T2. And from here, volume upon temperature is a constant. And if it is a constant, and what is the relation? Volume is equal to constant into temperature. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, now write this.
Sir, how you got this last line? V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2.
Okay, can I say the volume and temperature? These are the and this T1 and T2. T are in Kelvin scale. Okay, so the volume at temperature T and the Kelvin at temperature T. Correct. These are the same temperature. So 1 and V and T0 another temperature. So V2 by T2. Volume at one temperature, volume at another temperature, temperature at one temperature, and temperature at another temperature. The Kelvin at another temperature and Kelvin at another temperature. That's it. I mean, can you please tell me exactly what did you not understand? Or did you understand now?
Sir, okay, I got it now.
You got it now?
No, sir, what? I got it.
Okay.
Answer finished.
Okay, let us. Okay, just write this. I'm just writing a better statement here. What I can write here is what is constant here? The constant here is pressure. Keeping the pressure constant. Keeping the pressure constant, the volume of a fixed mass of gas, no? The volume of fixed gas, the volume of fixed mass of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. What is absolute temperature? T in
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Okay, now by the time you are done, answer me this question. V by T is equal to constant. You want to know how we came with this conclusion?
Yes, sir. From the first line, how we came here.
Okay. Can I write V1 by T1 if it is like 2 by, not 2, let us say. Can I write this as this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then this is also what? 1 by 2. This is also 1 by 2.
Yes.
Then if I say also, for example, 9 by 18, another V1, V3, T3, then this is also what?
Yes, sir.
1 by 2.
1 by
Then
2.
what I can say? The V1 by T1 is equal to constant. Correct?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, got it. Now, yes, a graph. The graph will be this, now volume versus temperature. I hope you don't have any doubt in this graph at least. Now you have to tell me what is same here. The plots drawn at constant pressure. Isobar. So this will be P1, P2, P3, P4. You have to compare P1, P2, P3, and P4.
Should we answer here?
So when temperature was high, the volume was high.
The relation is so very clear. It will be a straight line passing through an origin. Okay, just tell me now, which pressure is highest? You have to compare.
P1 is the highest.
P1 is the highest and P4 is the lowest.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
No, P is 1 by V.
So P4 is the
Sir, you're
highest.
asking
P1 is the
pressure
lowest.
or temperature?
Arey bhai, pressure. Why I will
Okay,
ask
P4.
temperature? Temperature is to always changing, na? Temperature, we have a access on temperature, so it will be always changing. I'm talking about these graphs,
P4 is the
pressure.
highest
P4 is the highest and
the
P1 is the
lowest.
smallest.
And please do this by this method only, okay? Don't try your own logic. Take a line like this. That means, see, if you are comparing the pressure, na, then you have to take at constant temperature. At constant temperature, you have to measure different volumes. And if you will measure different volumes, then what you will see? What you will see? Now tell me. Arey, what happened?
P4 is
Sir,
highest
what should
and
we do?
What should be done? How you are saying P4 is
Should
highest?
we
So tell me.
tell?
the volume here is less than the above. We know P is equal to 1 by V,
So
right?
if the volume is less, then the pressure is high. So P4 is the higher. P4 has highest pressure, and P1 has the lowest.
Okay, fine. Okay, and can you tell me if I have another graph? Can you tell me how this graph will be? Temperature in degrees Celsius. This is the pressure. How the graph will be, a straight line or something else? If a straight line or hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola, parabola, what kind of graph? will it be?
Hyperbola.
Okay, hyperbola. Okay, fine. Anyone else? No one?
I guess it will be straight.
See, what is the correct? This is the, what is this?
Formula.
Y is equal to, sorry, not this one. If you write V naught here, T here, then that means this is the X, this is the M, this is the C. No, okay, fine. Okay, fine, fine, fine. ज्यादा हो गया आप लोगों के लिए. आप यहाँ से देख लीजिए ऐसे. This will be volume. So when is the volume 0? When will be the volume 0? If temperature is
Temperature is also low.
also low, na? How much low?
The lowest.
273.15 degree.
The
I
lowest.
mean 273.15 Celsius. Kelvin.
Kelvin.
How much? 1?
273.15 Kelvin.
5 Kelvin.
Okay, this is to 0 degrees Celsius. This is not the lowest. That is not the
Then it
lowest.
will be 0 Kelvin.
0 Kelvin.
Yes, 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin. Then it will be the lowest. Then it will be the lowest. And what if it is? What if it is something around 0 degrees Celsius? If you have 0 degrees Celsius, then if you have 0 degrees Celsius, then 0 degrees Celsius will be somewhere here, and I can write minus 273.15 degrees Celsius here, and this minus 273.15 degrees Celsius will be corresponding to what? Corresponding to 0 Kelvin.
0 Kelvin.
So we will have a line like this.
So this will be in the origin. 0
this
Kelvin
will not be in the origin.
or what?
It will be like this. Correct? Because at 0 Kelvin, that is minus 273.15, we have the volume as 0. And then when we start to increase the temperature, then the volume will be increasing. Then the volume will be increasing. Like this. So you have two graphs here.
Sir, I didn't understand.
This
So
one?
why did we start from?
Why it will be not in the 0,0 point? The origin, the starting.
Yes, so why didn't we start from the origin?
No, why
See
it is that-
here is 0 degree Celsius is here.
So is it like we are starting from minus x side, second quadrant?
Can we not have minus? We can have like this, no?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. So is this the volume or pressure? Like at first you wrote pressure.
I mistakenly wrote pressure here, but I changed to volume. Here, no?
Yes, sir.
Change it to volume. That time only. Also, you can also write. See, the lowest it is minus 273.15 is a hypothetical temperature. Okay. The lowest hypothetical temperature. Practical, not hypothetical. The practical lowest temperature is somewhere around, I guess, in labs we have created minus 78 degrees Celsius. I don't know if we can go further than that. What extreme conditions should we be using? The lowest hypothetical temperature at which gas is supposed to occupy zero volume. Zero volume is called absolute zero. So if a question comes, what is the volume of a gas at absolute zero? You will say zero. Or if a question comes, when is the volume
So is
of
this
gas?
possible?
Is this possible in
No,
your
sir.
mind?
I'm
Or it is
asking,
possible in
is
mind?
this possible
Practically?
in my
In mind, it is possible, na?
practically? Yeah, yes.
Practically, can't say.
Yeah, in practical.
No, if I'm saying lowest hypothetical temperature, that means this temperature can never not be achieved till now, na? So till now, it is not possible. For now, it is not possible. I cannot say about future. For now, the technology is limited. We have been limited by the technology. Otherwise, it is possible. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I mean, at one point of time, if people ask somebody, is it possible that a person sitting in India can teach to students in Bahrain? What they would have said? No, na?
They would have said no, but it is possible.
But it is possible, na? Matlab, at that time, they would have been adamant. I mean, they would have just fought with anyone. You know, it is not possible. It can never be possible, they would also have said. But as we see, slowly the technology increases. So we are only limited by technology, nothing else. So you're done with this? You're done with this one now?
No, sir.
Acha, do.
Sir,
Hmm.
can you teach us log?
Can you teach us log? Next
Yeah,
class,
like
okay?
how to. Okay.
Next class. Where were you guys in all these April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December? January you are coming. February is your examination. But I guess you are a bit comfortable with all these, correct?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're just enough to write papers, I guess.
Yes, sir.
My calculation is very bad.
Calculation is just practice. There is, I don't know if I have told you or not, there is one principle that I use. Commit traceable mistakes. commit traceable mistakes. I mean, those mistakes that can be traced and then you can learn about it. So in calculation also follow that, write each and everything. Most of the calculation mistakes are, you know why? In the side of the paper, the side of the page, people do this. Maybe I've told you 18 into 3, 45 into 36. A very small 45 into 36. This much small they write. And most of the times the calculation is mistaken by that only. Okay, fine. Can I move on now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm done.
Mariam, you can write this one also, and you can make this big graph also. Mariam, your question regarding CO2, I cannot think of a better answer than the concentration of CO2 is very less. And if the concentration of CO2 is very less, that is why it is not, I mean, and obviously if it is very less and the Brownian motion, which keeps the gases always moving, and hence it will not settle down. To settle down, what it should have, they will have intermolecular forces of attraction. And the intermolecular forces of attraction can only operate when you have a large amount of a large concentration of gaseous molecules. Then only two CO2 molecules can come together and they can settle down. Then they can start settling. Two came, then three, four, and start settling down. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen because the concentration is very low. I
Okay,
mean,
our teacher gave this question to see who all will copy.
sorry?
She gave us this question in our exam to see who all will copy.
Who all will copy with answers with each other?
No, actually, the answer is there on Google, but it's not something related to what we study, like our portion.
Okay.
So she was shouting at everybody in the last class, and she was like, "This question I gave you guys on purpose to see who all will copy." So I was wondering what is the correct answer.
Okay, that means whoever wrote the answer, that means she
Copied from
assumed
Google.
copied from Google.
Google.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are the teachers expecting? That students should not copy.
Yes.
Yes, sir. They are.
Is that a logical expectation?
So we cannot help that with that.
Exactly. I mean, nobody can. And in this particular system of education, where you focus so much on marks, then the student will do each and everything by which they can attain marks. Correct.
Yes,
Exactly, sir.
that's the point.
I mean,
So it is like,
the
if
face
you
of
take me as
student.
an
Believe in
example,
marks.
even I'm going to do the same. But it is like I want to acquire knowledge because I'll be learning the same things and I'll have to repeat them in 12th again. So it is like I want to learn things, but it is like for exam I can copy from Google or somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, I mean, this. I mean, your is this. I mean, people they segregates classes and sections based on marks, and you are discriminating. I mean, this is a kind of discrimination when you are segregating good students, bad students according to the marks they have attained, and then you are saying that don't cheat. Marks is not important. Why are you cheating for marks? Study for knowledge. I mean, first of all, the teacher should own. They should provide an ideal, na, that we should be committing things and doing things on the basis of knowledge and not according to marks. And it's
So
very,
maybe they thought like if all these good students are in one class, then they will be answering all the questions, and all this low mark students will be sitting quiet and observing the class. In one case, that is also good, but we cannot say that. Like it
I
even
mean,
hurts our
but
feelings.
still, but still, the person who is in lower marks section, he will feel a bit of inferiorness, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And to avoid feeling that kind of emotion, he will cheat. because nobody wants to feel inferior in any sense. In fact,
Even our parents,
just
they will also make fun of us.
they will make fun of us. Who will make fun of us?
Our parents will be like, he or she got more marks than you, etc.
Exactly.
Not my parents. My
Not
parents just be like, just do whatever you want. You will be responsible for your life, not we. We'll just live for some more days and we'll go.
he got scolding or what? I think he got
It
scolding.
was-
Okay,
So it
fine.
was my sister. It was my sister. She is
Okay,
like, I'm lying, but I am not.
Abir is asking why are calculators not allowed in 12th examination? I don't know. Ask
CBSE want to test your brain.
No, yeah, exactly. CBSE wants to. I mean, CBSE cannot make good good logical questions. Hence, they make tough examination by limiting you to not using calculators. Let us put it like this. I mean, they can ask
So,
very good questions,
but it
logical
is really good, like I took tuition from other schools who like I take tuitions for children's. Okay, like they are not able to memorize or by heart any tables, and they are like I can use calculator over there. Like
Yes, yes, yes.
seriously.
Ah,
And
exactly.
when I was in fourth, I could read tables till 20. Like every day morning after morning prayer, we had to stand up and read from 2 to 20 tables. Until that, we'll be standing.
Yeah, it is really helpful. If we don't have calculator and we don't rely on calculator, then our calculation speed and in fact, I guess, yeah, in some sense, arithmetically, not mathematically, arithmetically, our brain works in a good way, and we are able to arrange things. I mean, what is arithmetic? It is just arrangement of things, na? Arrangement of
Yes, sir.
numbers. We can do that really fast. Okay, fine. We are done with Charles' law. Now we have Gay-Lussac law, the third law. Red. Gay-Lussac law, and it gives pressure temperature. Pressure temperature relationship. Now the statement of Gay-Lussac law says that okay, tell me pressure and temperature, what do you think? Directly proportional, inversely proportional?
As the temperature increases, pressure decreases. So inversely proportional.
Increases. So it is
Directly proportional.
Directly proportional.
Exactly. Tell me what is pressure, Mariam? Pressure of gas?
Pressure is the force exerted.
The force exerted. By what? On whom?
Uh,
By CBSE on students?
what?
That's the real pressure, na? That is
Yes,
the real pressure. Okay. By parents on students or another pressure? Society and students, oh my God, so much of pressure. Okay. So in gas, what is the pressure? Teachers to students. Pressure is the force exerted by the force, not remember this, force exerted by gas molecules on the wall of container. Just imagine yourself, you are a gas. If you are a gas, then what you will be always moving, and if you will start moving in your room, you will bam hit on a wall, and that is the force exerted. So all these gaseous molecules, they are moving, and when they move, they will hit the wall, and if they will hit the wall, they will exert a force, and that force will be exerted on a particular area. That is the force, and the total force that is exerted, that is the pressure of gas. So now tell me, if we increase the temperature, now Mariam, tell me, if I increase the temperature,
Yes.
what will happen? The gases will start moving in a higher velocity.
Yes, they will move far apart.
Array, far apart not. I am asking, they will be, see, force is what? Force is a kind of, I can say, momentum, na? Momentum can be related by force, and movement can be related by force, acceleration, speed, correct? If I, Mariam,
Sir, yes, everybody here is shouting.
everybody there is talking. If I increase the temperature, then the speed of the molecules will increase. If the speed of the molecule will increase, then it will, on hitting, on bombarding the wall, they will be having greater speed, and by greater speed they will get greater force. By greater force they will exert greater pressure. So if I increase the temperature, pressure will increase. Okay, pressure will increase at constant volume, at constant volume for fixed amount of gas. So the Gay-Lussac law is nothing but, should I write it again? Okay, at constant volume for fixed amount of gas of a fixed amount of gas, the pressure varies directly with temperature. Hence, what we can write? We can write P is directly proportional to temperature. That means P is equal to some constant times temperature. That means P by T is a constant. It means that P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. Correct? Now let us look at the graph, then you can start writing. Okay, let us look at the graph also. What is the relation that we have here? What is the relation? Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So that means a straight line passing through origin, And what is constant here? Constant here is volume. Plots drawn at constant volume are called isochores. V1, V2, V3. This is pressure. This is temperature. You have to also compare start writing from here.
So this is amount.
Yes, fixed amount of gas. Done?
Done?
No, sir.
No, okay, do.
Sir, finish.
Okay. Now the next slide.
Sir, finish.
Now, if you will compare, then what will you answer? The relationship between
V3 is greater and V2 and then V1.
correct.
V1 is the smallest.
V1, that is P by T, is equal to constant. Okay, let us move now. The last law, that is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. Okay. Let us write this first, Avogadro's law. Then I will ask you a question regarding your school. Regarding your school, what it states? It states that equal volume of all gases under the same T and P. That means temperature and pressure are constant. Pressure contain the same T and P will contain equal numbers of molecules. That means mathematically what I can say is the volume is directly proportional to what? N. What is N? N is the number of molecules of gas, or the molecules, the number of molecules, amount of gas, it is represented by N is equal to number of, what is the currency of chemistry? Moles. Number of moles of gas. Number of moles of gas. The number we are representing number in what terms? In terms of mole. So V is equal to some constant K and N. Some constant K and N. Okay. and you know that, the number of molecules in 1 mole is equal to 6.022 10 to the power 23 to 10 to the power 23, and is known as, it is known as what? Avogadro's, yes, Avogadro's constant. Now write this. Let me know when you are done. Then I will ask you one question. Done?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Abhi, can you go to previous slide? This slide?
Yes, sir, this one only. Okay, sir.
Now let me move on. Now you tell me about STP, standard temperature and pressure. What is the standard temperature and pressure?
273 Kelvin.
Okay. I mean, let us be precise as much as we can. 273.15. And what is the pressure?
1 bar or 1 atm.
1
Which
ATM.
one? What have you been taught in school? Tell me that.
1 atm.
1 ATM.
Okay, 1 ATM. Okay, fine. Now let me tell you one thing, that NCERT, I guess NCERT has changed. Do you have NCERT? In 1982, till 1982, IUPAC said STP is equal to 273.15 Kelvin and 1 ATM. And 1 ATM. What happened after 1982? After 1982, a conference was held, and then IUPAC decided. What is the convention that is being used now? STP is equal to 27 73.15 Kelvin and 1 bar. And 1 bar. Okay. This one is 1 atm is equal to how much? 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And this is what? Exactly 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay. Now this led to some differences. What differences that it led to? It led to differences. Now, if we take STP as 1 atm, STP as 1 atm, then volume occupied by 1 mole, you can calculate it to will come as 22.4 liters. Okay, but if we take as 1 bar, now tell me, the volume
22.6
occupied will increase or decrease?
increase.
Huh?
Increase.
Increase.
Yes, sir.
Volume is equal to what?
A constant into one
Number of moles.
number of moles.
Okay. Now you tell me, this constant here is pressure as well as temperature, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what is the relation in between pressure and temperature?
As pressure and temperature increases, volume decreases.
So what can you say now? Tell me. What can you say here? This P by T is a constant now,
Yes, sir.
and P by T is a constant. Also, I can say P and T by P is a constant.
Yes, sir.
Then I can say, where is volume? Okay, fine. We will get to PV equal to nRT later. Just right here now, it is equal to 22.7 liters. It is equal to 22.7 liters. Okay. Now NCERT in all its exercises has used 22.7 liters. So will you ask your teacher what to take, or how should we go?
I'll ask tomorrow.
Okay, you will ask and let me know in the next class.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Sir,
we will now.
so in exams they will write this one 22.7 liter.
That's
The
what I'm
standard
asking. No,
volume.
you ask your teacher, sir, in NC, do you remember anything that your teacher has taught?
Yes.
What did they teach? 22.4?
I can check now. 1 second.
Check it.
Twenty-two point four.
Okay, if they have said 22.4, then use 22.4. But keep this in your mind, okay? Keep this in your mind that it has been changed now, and I think if you get any questions in GE or NEET also, I think you have to use 22.7. Okay, and this is a significant difference. It is a difference of 0.3 units, so it is a significant difference. Okay. But I mean, just see how crazy it is. That IUPSC has changed in 1982. None of us was born at that time. Right?
40 years later.
And but still we are using 22.4.
They are
Make a
not
note of this.
changing the textbook.
NCERT has changed. I don't know when did NCERT change. I guess I was also taught 22.4 liters only, but now it is 22.7. They have said in NCERT. So write this, and I think I should end the class now. Revise all these laws, then we will do the questions in the next session.
So we
Okay.
have to write this.
Yes, you have to write this.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I told you the value from an assignment I did.
The assignment you did.
Yeah. So actually teacher corrected it, but she did not say anything.
Okay, can you ask your teacher? Ask your teacher, that will be the best.
Okay.
What should we use? As in, then you will, anyone who will ask this question, they will get some, what do we say? Cookie points. I mean, free ka points. ये मतलब sincere student reads NCERT in so much detail. है ना? जो भी पूछेगा उसको थोड़ा सा respect बढ़ जाएगा टीचर की नजर में. Done? Should I end the class now?
Sir, in our textbook, it is written in page number 144 at the end. In a box, it is written this thing.
Exactly. That is what I am saying. Na? NCERT has changed.
Yes, sir.
NCERT has said that the volume occupied by 1 mole is equal to 22.7 liters.
Yes.
But NCERT will not check your copy, na? Your copy will be checked by your teacher. So you have to ask your teacher, what is the truth? The truth is what your teacher says is the truth. Okay. If the teacher said 22.4, then 22.4. You cannot call UPAC na. UPAC bhai, dekho zara, they're kaat rahe marks mera. Correct. So ask your teacher, that would be the best. Are you done writing this?
Yes.
Done?
No, sir.
Achha, right.
No, sir, finish.
Okay. Now I'm ending this class.